Hey everybody, before I get into the video, because I know I will forget, don't forget to subscribe and click like so you can see more of my journey, and the thumbs up really helps me and encourages me to do more videos. And you can also go to Instagram at fruitbaby and find me there. I figured we could have lunch outside together. Could have a lunch date. So, if me eating and talking at the same time grosses you out, just skip this video. It would gross me out too, but this is how I'm doing it today. So I feel like I should preface before I start uploading a bunch of videos to my account. My name is Ashley. I am 27 years old and I live in Florida. I have been a vegan for going on 5 years, but officially 4 years. And as of this month, I have decided to go completely raw vegan for health reasons and physically and emotionally health reasons. So I guess I can start with back in 2015. Well, technically I started way back in like 2012, but I didn't know that my journey was starting there. But back in 2012 up till 2016, I was really sick, lethargic, emotionally screwed up. You can ask any of my exes and my current husband. Like I have another husband. You could ask my husband, because he saw me walk from where I was completely unhealthy to today. So he is a witness to my testimony and to my ongoing journey. But from 2012 till 2015, technically, I've been sick. I spent thousands of dollars at the doctor's office trying to figure out what's wrong with me, doing in and outside of my body examines, MRIs, abdominal scans, blood work. I mean, the whole fixings, trying to figure out what's wrong with me and why I feel the way I felt. And what I felt was completely tired all the time, nauseous and completely bloated, and stabbing pains every single time I ate a meal. I couldn't sleep at night, and I dealt with chronic acne and thinning hair loss. I'm trying to think of everything off the top of my head, but I have a list that I can probably go into some more. And I was a total of I'm gonna say 5 years of smoking a pack of cigarettes or a half a pack of cigarettes a day. So yeah, I was sick. I slept on the cold tile floor a lot in between meals. I was not a functioning human, emotionally or physically. So it wasn't until someone recommended I go see a nutritionist. So I did, and it was beautiful. The day I set my appointment with this nutritionist 2 weeks in advance, and it is 2 months before my wedding day. And the date that I went to go set with my nutritionist was the same day that I emotionally went through a heartbreak just that morning. That morning, my best friend, I've never said this, my best friend that I had since, this is hard to talk about. It's making me sweat. My best friend that I had since, I believe it was 7th grade, her and I met for coffee that morning, and at the end of that coffee date, I'm feeling dizzy, man, like, ooh. this is good. This is the emotional detox that I wanted, and this is part of my journey. So at the end of that coffee morning date with my best friend that I've had for 9-10 years, the friendship was ended that morning. I was completely heartbroken and bawling my eyes out after our morning conversation. On my way to my nutritionist, I was on the phone screaming and crying to both my sisters and my mom, telling them about my conversation that I had with my ex-best friend, and just explain how heartbroken I was. I was so heartbroken. I've never felt that heartbroken, even with my ex that I was with for years. His best friend broke my heart. But it was a relationship that needed to end. It was beautiful up till that point. It was a beautiful relationship in my perspective, in my eyes, but apparently it was very toxic, and I didn't really get to see the truth of a friendship or sometimes your friends until you're out of it, and then you look at it from a different perspective or in hindsight and you're like, whoa, yeah, I saw the signs. But overall, I love that friend like a sister. I still love and care about her more than she knows. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be so weird right now. I'm going to take a bite of my salad. Give me a second. There's an ant in my salad. So that friendship chapter came to a close, emotionally broken, emotionally started my detox on my way down to see this nutritionist. I met with the nutritionist, bawling my eyes out, completely embarrassed that I was such a mess for going into an appointment that had nothing to do with what happened just an hour ago at that coffee date. But it was beautiful. She was very comforting and quickly connected how my emotions and my diet were related. And pretty much at the end of our conversation, she told me to make a food diary for about like a week of all the foods I eat and follow this hallelujah diet, vegan diet. And I'd never heard the word vegan before at all in my entire life. I knew vegetarian, but I did not know vegan. And before this, I ate a standard American diet. I grew up on one. People would say that I grew up healthy, but I mean a healthy standard American diet. Anywho, I made a diary of all the foods I ate and met with her, gave her the reports of my food journal. Then after that second appointment, I went vegan, raw vegan, for 3 months. So I drank juices. I had a juicer and I had a Ninja blender that I already invested in before. So it's kind of like cool seeing the steps that I've taken in my life that led me up to that point. So I did 3 months of smoothies, juices, raw eating, no cooked food, no meat, no dairy, no cheese, no grains, no rooted vegetables like potatoes, pumpkins, onions. I did not eat any of those. It was majorly fruits and some like veggie fruits, which I consider to be veggie fruits are like zucchinis, avocados, tomatoes, cucumbers. There's a couple others. I'm just not thinking of them. Oh, bell peppers. I consider those fruity veggies, so they're more in the fruit category for me. So I did that. I lost a ton of weight. You could see it in my wedding pictures. I did like a before and after because it was 2 months before my wedding that I went vegan. And just all the weight that I dropped, finding out that I deal with malabsorption. Did not know it at the time. I thought I was just getting really skinny, but I found out that my body has a hard time absorbing the foods that go in. And I can go into that more later, what that means and how I'm turning my absorption and utilization to an optimal level. Okay, so 3 months went raw vegan. Then I just went to vegan. So for the first 3 years of being vegan, I was eating vegan junk. People think just because you're vegan, or the people think that when I say I'm vegan that I'm healthy, but vegans can be completely unhealthy. Coca-Cola and chips, vegan ice cream, soy burgers, all that stuff is processed, nasty, salty junk, high in fructose corn syrup and complicated sugars. So no, it is not healthy just because you're vegan, but it was nice for people to think I was for however long. So along my vegan journey, where I got my inspiration from, because I did not meet or know one vegan for the first 3 years of this, I looked to YouTube. There's a whole list of people I can add or throw into the description below that you can look up. People that I looked up to. There's some people I still follow and some people I don't. I kind of just went off and started to do my own thing. There's a bee. But in the end result, 3 years into being vegan, I found Dr. Robert Morris. And I've heard horrible things, great things, neutral things about this guy. So instead of allowing other people's opinions to control my opinion or taint my opinion, I decided to look into him, and I became instantly hooked. I watched his videos for about a year, and just 2 months ago, what are we, 2019, so about 4 years later, I am now a detox specialist, certified and trained by Dr. Robert Morris. I just finished that, and as of this month, I have officially gone raw vegan. Kind of like trying to make a long story short, but what raw vegan means is that I'm not having any processed or cooked foods. What I do eat are living, live, high energy, high electrolyte foods, and I do have a dehydrator, so I consider dehydrated food as live energetic foods that just need to be rehydrated, and they have all the same nutrients or most of the nutrients that it had, versus when you cook food, you kind of break down the chemistry and you bind the molecular makeup of the food down into mush a little bit. So steamed vegetables I will have every now and again, but it's not something I'm going to have all the time. Like, for example, I love zucchini and spinach and beets. I think that's the only thing that I would steam. And what I do is I put a pot with water, and I have my colander, and I throw the vegetables into the colander so they don't touch the water, and I let them steam for about 5 to 8 minutes depending on the cut. So that way they're still crunchy, but you can tell that they've been steamed just a little bit. If you want to say I'm not fully raw because of that, then whatever. I'm still considering myself fully raw regardless of other people's opinions. That was something that I'm gonna take a bite of my salad. I forgot I'm supposed to be eating this. It's so weird. I used to hate eating in front of people. Now I'm doing it in front of a camera and then posting it onto social media. So the irony. In closing with this video, because it's already like almost 15 minutes long. I did not want it to be this long. I hate long videos to begin with, but whatever. I'm growing as a person. In concluding this video, the reason why I never shared through a video platform on social was because I cared too much about what other people thought, the judgment, the criticism, the comments, the negativity. I didn't want to hear it. I wasn't emotionally stable to deal with the fact that people are going to be rude and mean regardless. But the amount of love and encouragement that this can give other people and that I can get from other people, it is way more than the negative comments that, or the hate or the shade that people can throw my way. And if you disagree with this lifestyle, then disagree. It's your opinion. We are all entitled to our own opinions. I believe that we create the life that we want, regardless if we know it or not. And I want to create my life in a way that can be an example and an influencer to others, because people have been just that to me, and I feel that because I have been given, I want to give. So this is my story in a nutshell. I have lots of other things to talk about. I just don't know where to start, and my brain just kind of goes everywhere, and I'm not used to talking in front of a camera. So yeah, I'm just gonna share what I know is truth for myself. And if you have any questions, any positive advice worth listening to, throw it in the comments below. You can add me over on Instagram at fruitbaby, and you can message me on there. And yeah, so I don't really know how to stop these videos or conclude them, and I don't want to ramble on.